Lots of shit to get to, boys.
Oh, the boys are back around.
We're back with J3B after what feels like a year, at least to me, because I had a baby and whatnot, and that's a whole thing. But we're back with J3B. I don't know if y'all remember where we left off last, because that episode still hasn't come out at the time of recording this.
Holy shit!
Y'all left Thandor and were heading up towards the Tide's Lair, and met an adventuring party who was super, super powerful. They were They had like a pillar, and a wood effigy built with weed all in it. So they were all getting high and partying. They had a piece of one of the congruents. Remember, one of the congruences had been split up, and they had a piece of one. Congruities, if you will. I do think we settled that. So basically, we left off with y'all going your separate ways the next morning. I was about to say a little hungover, maybe, but go ahead.
You skipped over one of the best parts about those characters. There was a silent character who then finally released because he was holding in.
Oh my god! Yes,
for like 3 years.
Yes. Oh
he was holding in.
That's dedication.
Dude, I forgot we got high with a bunch of guys.
That was a good episode. That was good. I like that.
All of our little, they're not bottle episodes. I don't know what you call those episodes where it's like, I guess it might be bottle episodes.
It's just character episodes. No, it's not really bottle episodes. It's more like it's kind of like it's like a beach episode.
Yeah,
kind of
that vibe. Every one of those is usually packed with some like,
God. Can we?
We got like a beach episode or like an Ember Island Players or like a.
Dude, I can't wait, man! Like once we start discussing other, if it's not important, we're here in Wanderful proper. I almost started talking about other things. We're back.
I actually do have written a slime beach adventure. Are you guys interested at all?
69.
It depends. How many mazes are there going to be?
3.
Y'all think some of the characters I've made have been fun, quirky, and horny? If we make a slime beach episode, Jeremy, I'm rolling the fuck everything we encounter.
I honestly can't make that because it just sounds so gross.
Can't make a slime I won't fuck. I'll tell you that right now.
There's no scene I could make that wouldn't be gross.
Our heroes, after a long night of partying and smoking with an incredible group of adventurers, set off for the mountains. In canon,
that's the conversation they were having while high and drunk before.
For sure. No, for sure.
Talking about fucking slime.
100%. You've set off for the mountains in the north of yonder.
All right, hey guys, remember Boston, Russian, gay. Boston, Russian, gay.
It's the best spell ever.
Which one of us is which?
Exactly, isn't that? It's up for you, the user, to decide. Log on now.
Call the number at the bottom of your screen to vote.
Oh my
Make
god!
Make sure you get your parents' credit card and the wacky numbers on the back.
Oh my god!
Oh man!
And at
like we never left.
And then at the end, Bad Day plays. And you had a bad day.
They were all sued posthumously for scamming people with a website to steal their credit card.
You pass through the plains that run to the east of the Glass Canyon, but stay to the west of Dremen's Gulch.
Ooh, hey, boys, if y'all are paying attention, this is some of the stuff we did in the trivia. He actually just mentioned just now.
Yeah,
God.
There's actually a number of things. I've been re-listening to the show. So there's a
page
handful
master.
of mentions. If you recall, Carveth, I believe, did something. I can't remember. It's been 6 months and I had a baby. Carveth did something where he was able to search the horizon for energy signals. And
I do remember.
Do you remember? And that's kind of how I don't remember how you did it or why you did it.
I think I just did
maybe it was.
I think I meditated, got like a nat 20 or something. It was crazy.
He aligned himself
I
with
can't
the
remember.
poles of the earth, like the Avatar, and he.
My god!
All of you remember because you just listened to it 2 weeks ago.
I did.
Log on now.
Also subscribe and like. So you know the direction you're headed. The Northern Mountains, as they're called. I tried coming up with a fun name with it, and I just kind of liked the Northern Mountains, because it's like the only mountain range in the north. No. In yonder is what I was gonna say, but
the Northern Mountain Range, because it's the only mountains in the north.
Wait.
All right.
Okay.
All right. The northern mountains are visible in the distance for much of your journey, but
would it
as you
not
get
just be
closer,
the mountains, though. If it's the only mountain range, why would they be called
That's
the Northern
actually a fair
Mountains?
point. If they don't know there's more than one, there's the Lonely
People just got
Mountain
to the
and then the
mountains and
mountain
stopped drawing
range.
the map.
it's not the Lonely Mountain. That's Tolkien.
Oh, right.
I had to remember that when I was writing the Throne Mountain, because I was
Throne
calling it
Mountain,
in my notes, and I was like, oh, I can't call it that because
So sorry, the Northern Mountains, yes.
yes. The closer you get, though, the more you can make out a shocking scene. Most of the mountains are as normal, the Northern Mountains, and as you'd expect for this time of year, rocky with snow-covered peaks. We're kind of more towards like a summery time, probably late summer. It's never really come up. I don't know, but
If you want to get
that's kind of where I think
specific,
we're
I
at.
could, because I've got keen mind, I think, but we're fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I trust it's summer. Bond says it's summer, so it has to be
One
true.
section of the mountains, however, has been affected by a horrifying scene. A blue crystal has completely enveloped large sections of a couple of the mountains and has almost created an entirely new mountainous structure itself. This isn't something you've heard about before or known about.
From my vision.
Yeah, can we assume that that's
no, true.
like
I meant like in history. Sorry, I meant
Yes.
like this isn't
historically
something like historically you've known was a thing in the Northern Mountains
Gotcha.
or anything like that.
Would I have to
you
roll
have
to be like
seen-
my vision, or could I just be like?
No,
fuck
I
my
know. I think that you see that and
Then
it
I'm
I
like-
feel like it like pulls the memory back
Yep,
into your
now
brain.
I'm like, hey, definitely getting warmer, I think.
Yeah, and so as you enter the mountain range, with this crystalline palace growing larger and larger on the horizon, you're kind of forced to begin to follow specific paths weaving through the mountains.
Are the crystals opaque? Like, can we see through them at all? Like, can we see? if
Yeah.
anything's-
They're like a kind of like a gem. So like you can't see super clearly through, but you can somewhat.
Okay.
Like there's probably hot spots from the sun shining through it in areas, but that's not going to come up.
Right. No, I get you. It's not for that. I just meant to say, like, if we see any body or anything trapped in there.
For sure. Well, so you had been staying off main paths into the mountains because y'all came to the conclusion that one of the power signals y'all were seeing was likely, or at least potentially, this army that you had visions of. So you've been staying off main paths. That is until you get into this mountainous range where the paths are limited. Can I get a perception check from everyone as you are walking through these mountain paths?
12.
17.
I opened the wrong app twice.
No one's passed yet.
I can tell you it's going to be
Oh,
real
fuck.
high because I have that expertise
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
with
Man,
the-
I really
like
Good
I
thing
rolled a
because
3.
neither of them
No, I didn't.
passed.
I got 10.
done something here.
I think it's like 10
Did you
plus
get a 10?
7. Let me see. Let me double check. I'm sorry.
But Tyler, I've got a passive perception of 20, Tyler. Sure.
19.
Something.
19 does it.
Good.
Hey.
As J3P, J3B, now J5P, once again J5P, I guess, are walking through one of these mountain passes as you're drawing nearer the crystalline palace. Alandi, you kind of, out of the corner of your eye, atop cliffs, the cliffs on either side of you, you see every now and then what looks kind of like a person like just leaving your sight. Like as soon as you like look to try to see what it was, like you get the feeling you're being watched from above.
Okay. How far away?
Pretty far, like notably far. Like someone like way at the top of cliffs are kind of like peering over, and it happens a couple times.
Okay. Can I tell it's the same like entity, or is it different?
No, it's far enough away that it's difficult to tell specifics. It mostly seems like some kind of like shadowy figure, not shadowy as in like spectral, but shadowy as in
All right, last question before I is it something where like, because I want to make sure I understand, it's moving where I'm seeing it, right?
So it's almost like it's ducking back behind rocks.
But it's ducking back like behind different rocks as we're going. Like it's following along.
Yes.
I was just making sure.
Either it's following along or there's a number of things.
So I want to now be looking at those rocks that they keep dipping out from and try to see if I can like figure out where they're going to appear so that I can get a good look at them as they're emerging.
So Alandi, you are kind of keeping an eye, trying to basically catch one of them peeking out as you walk.
Yes.
Yeah. I think you totally do. I think as you're walking, one of them kind of pokes out and sees you looking and immediately jumps back. And you essentially see like a person dressed in what looks to be some sort of like intended like camouflage. Like it's intended to try to blend into the rocky terrain, but it was a high check. You made.
How tall?
You can't tell that. Like It's like a head and a shoulder pop out and then jump away. It's far enough away. It's hard to tell. You can tell like they look like a person, not like a monster or something.
And I assume that we're kind of sorry. I assume you'd said there's not really a lot of choices when it comes to path, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in like a kind of like a between mountains, so like it's not like you're in a narrow hallway.
Kind of like a valley.
It's a pretty kind of like you're kind of in a valley. So like there's probably a good like 80 feet on either side of you of space, or maybe 80 total feet rather. But you're like in the open.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Is there any kind of? Well, actually, I'm just gonna.
I mean, I could.
Yeah, I'm gonna say in character.
About how far would you say from us are they?
There's
like feet wide.
Oh wait, do they? Well, I was gonna. Am I telling you guys or?
Yeah, I was waiting on Alani to tell us. He's been looking over in that direction for like 15 minutes. What do you think he's looking at?
I'm not really sure. I didn't see anything when I looked.
No, stop looking. No one else looked.
Oh,
so
okay.
Sure.
Listen, keep walking forward like everything's fine.
Aren't we on cart or something? On a cart, canonically?
Are we on a cart?
Oh, we do have a cart.
Shit.
I think we
Y'all
do
did
have
take
a
a cart, didn't you?
Well, as we're on the cart, I was just like, all right, nobody like look. I know I was looking at.
Forgot about the cart.
So maybe we should stop Three Stooges style peeking out of the back.
Yeah, there's
I'm
some
gonna
people
go in first, and someone
following.
go in. Maybe you in the middle. Carveth go first, and then Alandi will come back. It'll be really comical.
No one needs to peek. We need to stop peeking.
Oh,
but I'm saying
this
is
slide whistle. I really wanted to use.
Okay, I do love that, and I do think you should use it. But I'm gonna try to sneak. I'm gonna look for a chance to sneak to get over. But there's some people following us, and
Following.
Shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
like they're hiding along the cliff, like they're coming out from behind the rocks.
I'll pull out my bow.
He goes back into the cart. Gareth, sweetie, we might have to get into a bit of a tussle, but we're going to be quiet for right now, okay?
But if you guys just kind of talk loud,
he's literally eating like dry rations.
Uh-huh.
No, he's got a Tupperware of grits.
Oh yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
But if you guys have anything that could help me get over there,
I was gonna say pass without a trace, maybe.
Is that a thing we have?
Our dear monk brother has that.
I do have that.
I used to, but when he told me he had it, I wanted him to have something to do, so I swapped it out for something else.
In that case,
thank you.
All three of us can go.
Of course.
Right?
I mean, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we could do that.
we're gonna tell Gareth to just like keep the cart going.
Yeah. What if
We're gonna act like we like go to sleep or something, and then we'll pass without trace, sneak away.
Oh, I was gonna say, what if we duck off, kind of to pull a bit of their tactic, hide the cart, then pass without a trace. All of us, Gareth can come with us and finish his grits.
Oh, we can do that if there's a...
Hurry up and finish your grits.
If there's a spot for that, like that's better. But I didn't think there was a spot for that.
Gonna need you to pull over the cart. Hurry up and finish those grits. Gonna need you to pull over the cart.
Okay, and he does.
So is there a spot where we
canonically? I don't think he was driving. I think the other person we can't remember who it is was driving. But we're gonna say Gareth was taking a
asleep
shift
right now, and they're gonna stay with the cart to protect it while we go and travel. Because we definitely want them to stay safe because we know who they are. Insert character name here.
So you pull. Gareth pulls the cart over, and
can we do like a survival check to try to hide it with some foliage?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh,
has a survival check ever been rolled on this show?
Anybody got higher than +5?
I got
I have
+0 to
+9, and I can't roll lower than a 10.
Right, then Bond fully goes into like on some Peter shit. Goes from his makeover skills when he makes all of our outfits and armor to like making an actual, hopefully competent camouflage for the cart. Let's see. Man, I got hot 12s on the brain right now. Is it 12 good? What's it look like?
Alandi,
okay,
what'd you get?
This is important to me. Alandi wants Bond to have this win. So with his 25, he's going to just make it look like Bond, like fix what Bond is doing sneakily behind him.
Like
so it ends up really good.
Like, Bond's really overconfident with it, but he's like trying to pull full branches off of trees. And
Alandi, I need a stealth check to see whether or not you can do that without Bond noticing.
Well, fantastic.
Bond's passive perception is 20.
Oh,
great. The lowest I can get is a 21.
Oh, perfect. Well, not if you roll a 1, bitch.
Okay, that's fair. I rolled a 6, becomes a 10, 21.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Rogue is broken now. I'm so happy.
You putting the last branches on, and I'm like really proud that you decided to help of your own accord. You did the whole thing. I'm just like, awesome, dude. I feel like we're really on the same page lately, right now, guys. I know they didn't really say too much. I think Pharrell kind of gave us props, but like, I think we're finally getting it.
Well, you know what? It's because we had bad habits, but we recognized them, and we're working on it.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I drink at least half as much of what I used to drink every day.
Yeah, man, and
that's literally half the way better.
You know, and I'm trying not to overdo it, not to give into the lust of revenge, and you know, just trying to really figure it out. Anyway, this is hidden. Go ahead and pass that cast without a trace.
So,
fuck.
Carveth, Carveth pass.
Cast that pass without. I think pass that.
Carveth casts pass without trace.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, it is. No, it is.
Wait, doesn't that add like a +10 or something?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. +10 on stealth check. So
which
everyone
means
give me
the
a
lowest
check.
I can get is a 31.
Jesus.
Yep. Everyone give me a stealth check.
Stealthy. Are these with advantage? Yeah.
No, so it's a +10 to whatever you roll.
Oh, +10. That's what it is. I couldn't remember how it passed without a trace works. All right. Give me
a 39.
Ooh. 31.
Doesn't do it. 31?
Yes.
9, 15,
17 plus 4 plus 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you said 15, I was like worried, but okay. Yeah. So you all, very sneaky, begin to scale the mountain. Is that what you're doing? The cliff? Trying to get up
trying to get like behind.
Let me just get athletics checks from everyone as well.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Lots of little checks, you know?
16.
14.
9.
Ooh, the 9's rough.
It is.
I set the bar super low. I just was like, just get above a 10 and we're good.
Yeah, no, it's my fault. Bond's a weak piece of shit.
Bond, I'm going to go ahead and say that y'all are super sneaky, but Bond does slip and doesn't injure himself, but he does dislodge a number of rocks, drawing attention to yourselves.
Oh, shit. Let me think.
But they haven't seen us yet, right?
They haven't seen you yet, as far as you can tell. You haven't seen them, like, poke their head out.
Tyler, as Bond slips, Bond's going to cast, polymorph on himself.
Okay.
And become a mountain goat.
Oh, shit.
Not what I thought you were going to do. I love that.
Because the stones are tumbling a bit, but then I right myself with my mountain goat's grace. And if they do see me, it's just a little goat.
If anything, you should like make yourself seen to them so they see what
the goat is a little blue and a little cloudy.
That's just a weird goat. It's fine.
But it's like almost blending in
fine.
a bit. So it's like, yeah, that's a goat.
It's a fantasy ass.
It's got like a weird like blue tent. It's like, is that goat?
And the fur is like curly, but in like a cloudy kind of like way.
It's like anytime you think you see Cosmo and Wanda,
and you guys watch your brother transform into a fucking goat right in front of you.
Yeah, you do that and you start going the other direction, only making it easier for Carveth and Alandi to scale the mountain. I think it takes a little bit of time, but you're not in a rush necessarily. But you all get to Carveth and Alandi, you get to the top of this cliff, and you are able to kind of pull yourself onto a safe ledge where you're able to see up ahead without having been noticed, two figures in these sort of mountainy camouflage kind of attire. You do see that they both have a dagger at their hilt, but nothing's like drawn. Nothing. They don't look particularly menacing. They almost feel. I don't know how to say this without, tipping my hand a little. They almost feel more like scouts. You know what I mean? Like,
do they? Okay. So, do we notice any like symbols or anything on them, or like?
No, it's just like camo, like mountain camo, nondescript browns, tans.
Alandi's gonna whisper. So, do you want to do this gentle or aggro?
Oh, I mean, did you fucking hear a goat? Oh my god, was that Bon?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I think that was him voting for aggro, if I'm honest.
Okay.
Twice if I'm wrong.
I'm I'm all about the aggro. I like to kick and punch and beat the shit up out of people.
Okay. Then me and
I'm holding an action for once they agree whether or not it'll be aggro.
I could go down there with my shadow step and just come out of the shadow and do some crazy shit.
Yeah, so we're just gonna restrain one and I'll restrain the other. And then we'll ask them questions all threatening and if they give us trouble, Bon will hit them with his goat head.
We'll tickle them.
With his goat head.
As he says, Bon will hit him with the goat head. I kind of do the bull scraping with the one.
Excellent. All right. Give me a second because I can't get there instantly. I have to physically go. So just whenever I get close.
I'll time it correctly. I could just literally pop out of there,
Yes. I love it.
All right. I'll say for the condition then, if one of them fails to subdue the other, I will use an action as goat bomb.
Gotcha.
Goat bomb.
Also, Gareth is with us. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
Gareth's with you?
I don't think he was.
I thought you said that he was staying. I thought you said he was.
No, I thought the other guy was staying at the thing because
I thought they were both staying at the cart.
Okay, if he's not there, then he's not there.
Yeah, I think they both. I don't think
he's covered in armor. I'm not sure if he'd be good to bring.
Yeah, he can't sneak too well, but still, it's fine.
This is good.
All right.
What's going on? I'm waiting on you guys.
So how do you want us to do this, Tyler? I'm going down.
I'm not worried. You pass your sneak check.
Okay.
You can't fail your sneak check because you can't roll lower than a 31.
Okay.
So you sneak up. What do you want to do exactly?
I guess it's gonna be the grapple where you restrain them, but I'm gonna be I'm gonna be doing it by getting behind him and then summoning my fire sword in front of his neck, so I've got it up to his neck, and holding him. And I'm timing that with him doing something similar to the other guy.
I'm waiting on his because I can do mine instantly. I can just pop out, and I'm basically gonna dip into a shadow and then jump out, use the momentum to come out the other way, portal style, and basically get him in a full Nelson.
Yeah, listen, we're doing a lot of talking for what I'm going to tell you is just going to work.
Oh, okay.
Yay! We got a flavor of Tyler.
We did it.
Yeah, no, this
cool
is great.
animation.
For
and
sure.
And then they joined my gang.
Shit.
I'm under them on the map, waiting.
So, Alandi, you pop out while the two are distracted by a blue cloudy billy goat.
Yep.
You pop out and put one of these figures in a hold, and
full Nelson.
Carveth pops out of a shadow, putting the other Well, I think Carveth is putting in a full Nelson. Alandi said he's using his swords as like a hold.
Yeah. Like a little X.
I think,
like exactly.
I think instantly,
like move, you die.
No, stop. No, you don't understand. This is a misunderstanding.
Okay.
I mean, those knives
Explain
it. I mean, like, those knives
It's just like a fucking take it. It's just a dagger. Like, you think I'm going to be roaming the mountains without something?
I get having protection. But anyway, why are you camouflaging? Why are you looking at us?
We're scouting the area just to make sure no one's no one unsavory. This is a pretty dangerous area. Listen, we got off on the wrong foot.
Goat insight check.
I love that.
Deckard's
Look
insight.
into my goat's eyes.
Well, I forgot.
This is the goat of honesty.
I swear to God. Does it give me like advantage or something?
Ooh, I think that's actually really good. I think it's a +5.
Not for this.
No, it's +0. My eyes are horrible, guys. I don't know if I told you.
Deckard's insights for seeing if someone's charmed or something.
Rolling myself a flat 20.
You got it.
A what?
I believe in
you.
you.
It's a flat 20 because he's got no bonuses.
Oh yeah.
That's
this
this
scout
today.
I got 19.
Yeah, this scout looks into the square eyes of the billy goat, and you can tell that they're being honest. They're freaked out, like they weren't expecting to be jumped like this.
Bon, how do you communicate to your brothers as a goat
let me,
that we're chilling to let him go?
He looks at both his brothers and gives a knowing goat nod.
Yeah, and you get it.
I de-summon the flame. All right, start talking.
Oh my God. Holy shit. You guys.
Bond does not retransform. He is still a goat.
No, fair. No, I don't want to get it twisted. That was totally valid. We were being sneaky as shit. And that I understand your reaction. Oh, you just got to give me a second. I thought I was going to die.
Oh, listen, you're good. Honestly, I think that's on us a little bit. We're used to fighting very dangerous people. And I think you guys are just guys. And I apologize. We didn't power scale you properly.
Trust me. I think I know a little bit about what you're dealing with. I actually why don't listen, I'm not like
the goat carves with his hoof in the dirt. Names?
Oh, I'm Tommy, and that's Timmy. We're brothers.
Oh, we're brothers too.
And
that goat's my brother.
Shit. Listen. This might sound ominous. I knew that.
It does sound ominous.
Yeah, no, I know. Listen, this is another. I know this is another. This is one of those situations where like I wasn't expecting you to approach me. I'm not really at liberty to explain shit to you guys.
I feel like the liberty became necessary whenever you had the sword to your throat.
Totally,
I can put it back if you'd like.
Listen, just listen.
The goat narrows its eyes and looks towards his brothers and puts a hoof up to his neck and goes.
Listen, just a couple.
Bond goat is best goat.
Just like we need around like 3 more corners, and we're gonna come upon our camp we made out in these mountains. We're like kind of an adventuring party, not really. And we've been more or less waiting for y'all to show up at the tide. Like y'all know that's a thing y'all
are
know
you
about. Like
part of the tide? Is that what you're saying?
No.
The goat erases names and writes fans ?
No, like you see, so like all the blue crystal you see right up here, like that was the tide's lair. We've just been kind of waiting for y'all to show up to check it out. We were gonna like.
Were you gonna do like a cool sneak up thing?
The transformation.
I don't know how to like. I'm just a scout. I'm not.
This sounds chill. The goat trusts you. So here's what I want to do. We're going to tie you up and then bring you with us.
Oh, that's great.
To like just show off to the rest of your group that, where you can't spy on us. Just kind of oppress them a little bit.
Do that if you got.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, if you have to, that's okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
He erases fans. He erases
I'll tie you off. I'll tie you up at the bottom of the hill because that would be too hard.
Before he gets in the walk off,
I appreciate that.
The goat erases fans and writes numbers. How many?
Yeah.
The
goat's our best question asker.
13 total.
Oh, we can. If they're,
I don't know how to go. Yeah, he literally mad because I don't know how to goat my way out of. Are they aware of us also?
Yeah.
Yes, we're waiting on you. I've already messaged to them that we've seen you.
Yeah.
I've already messaged to them that we've seen you walking through the pass.
You're not gonna message him again, are you? Don't do that.
No, I'm right here. You can see me.
Oh, does message like take hands? I thought it was just like an inside.
No, it's
thing.
like voice.
Oh, yeah. My brother, he doesn't really know magic that much. Like
I don't do magic.
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, everything about him is fucking magic, but he doesn't know magic, And you know what else is? You know what else is magic?
He's right.
His fucking smile.
Oh,
that's true.
Alandi blushes.
That's canon.
The goat is nodding.
So you all go back down the cliff and you tie Timmy and Tommy up. And they go with you and they explain that, like they said, just around the next couple corners, you're going to happen upon their party. Are y'all just going with it? Any funny business?
No funny business. I feel like we succeeded so hard that clearly things are safe, because if they're not safe, things never go that well.
I'm going to follow the cart as a goat.
Yeah, you do that. And
dude, I'm
as
really
you
liking
are
Goat Bomb. Like, he's so cute.
And if you need me to make any checks, I have sure-footed, so he has advantage in rough terrain.
Oh, damn.
As you're closing in on less than a mile away from the Crystal Palace, you come upon a small caravan of what seem to be adventurers of some sort. There's probably about 10 or 11 people, plus the 2 behind you. No weapons drawn, yet they seem to be waiting for you to approach.
Okay, as we approach, Alandi whispers to his brother and goat brother, he's like, hold on, did anybody come up with like a cool intro thing to say to them? I've got an okay one, but I could take it or leave it.
Wait, let me think. Let me think about it. No, I think you go with yours. I think.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check.
I can't come up with anything. I'm actually not that smart. I forgot.
As you get closer, you see leading this caravan, approaching as you are, a buff orc woman with bronze skin, flanked by a smaller, lanky kobold and a halfling at either side.
Excellent. As we approach, Alandi jumps out with like his hands behind both the tied up guys and goes, "Lose something?" See, it was okay.
And Bond de-transforms from the goat into himself. Ta-da!
Now, Corvette, you do something.
For the listeners, Bond just did the epic rap battles of history, Mr. Beast. For those of you who know, you know. So like you all do this, and you see the group kind of recoil as you do, and then the orc in the middle goes, wait, let me guess. Bon, Alandi, and Carveth, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very concerned
she
how
nailed
you
it.
guys all know what's up with that.
You three are...
I knew I was famous.
You three are the spitting images of your mothers, for one, but also, like...
Wait, what?
I've heard tale of, like, I mean, the pose, the fire swords, the quiet one.
Wait, which one's which?
She just said our moms.
And as
I didn't hear anything after that either.
Yeah,
as the orc woman's kind of going on, the kobold nudges them as they're getting a little overzealous, and she says, "Right. Sorry, I got a little carried away. There's someone the three of you need to speak to. If y'all will follow me. My name's Mock. Sorry.
Oh.
It's a pleasure to meet the three of you.
Dissociated, miles away.
Lead.
Please.
Lead the way. And Alandi is going to start like straightening his outfit.
Yep. You have the
and he's going to start doing the same thing to Carveth. Just like I got to take all of them. Everyone must look presentable.
So they Mock, this orc woman, leads you all to a cave in the side of one of the mountains, and they ultimately lead you into a tent at the back of the cave. And in this tent, and sorry, they assure you just casually that the tide is long gone. They left some months ago, but they aren't at liberty to tell you specifics.
Cool.
But you walk into this tent at the biggest tent, and it's at the back of the cave. And as you walk in, you see three figures in the middle of conversation. You see a demon man, a drow woman, and a prim, which, if you remember, is a creature that Bon says that rescued him from the woods when he was a child.
Yeah, they're like the crazy like griffin wolves.
Like a griffin. It's like a wolf and an eagle with like a gray downy feathers. And you hear it speaking. Its mouth isn't moving. It seems like it's speaking telepathically with the other two. And as you do enter, they kind of stop in their tracks and look at the three of you in awe. And the drow woman stands up and approaches and says, well, I'll be. I mean, I was gonna, play coy, but Alandi, Carveth, and Ban, right? Correct?
Uh-huh.
Just silently nodding.
I've wondered when you'd walk into my tent. My name is Sylvis. I am the leader of the Sandswept, which is our party here. I was your mother's most trusted advisor. I promised them that when you were ready, I would be here to offer whatever help I can. This whole camp, in fact, is here for you. We, over the decades, have come to believe in your mothers and have sworn ourselves to their cause.
Yeah, they've sounded great.
And Bond's like a little choked up by this because he's kind of just putting two and two together. This is like the surprise party we never fucking got. These people
go ahead, sorry.
These people were like told, hey, eventually these boys are gonna stroll through here because destiny has deemed it so.
No, you're right.
Make sure it's at least a good welcome. And
you're right.
They've all been very nice.
You all are having this reaction as you're kind of realizing by the way that Sylvis is speaking that your mother is not with them, at least in this current moment.
Yeah. Bittersweet.
And the demon man kind of notices this reaction. He has a more somber look on his face, and he says, I am terribly sorry to disappoint the three of you.
Not your fault.
I myself was also a bit disappointed. My name is Aetheros. That's Atheros.
Aetheros.
Around a year ago, I received a call from a dear long-lost friend. I got my affairs in order and returned to this zone with as much haste as I could. I used to travel with this party with the Sandswept. Had I known that I'd be meeting you, I'm sure I would have returned much sooner. And let me get an insight check from all three of you really quick.
4.
Insight 16.
I got 22. Oh shit!
Ooh.
Nice.
So Bon and Alandi, you both see what he's about to say coming. You kind of see this coming before he says it, but the demon seems to he seems as though he isn't speaking to all of you, but Carveth specifically, and he says, Carveth, I believe I'm your father.
What?
No, I know this is.
I
run up and tackle Carveth, like so excited.
I'm just like fully. Instead of my face though, I'm like smashing both sides of his face and like looking at him with like the soy jack, like, oh, can you believe what he just fucking said to you?
like just shaking him, holding him happy.
Carveth! Yeah, we're like both like
It's your
fully
dad. We found
reverting
him.
back
We
to
found
little
him.
kids.
I think Carveth with that terrible insight doesn't even recognize, like he's still on the mother thing. I think he just didn't even really hear what he said.
No, dude.
Say it again. He didn't hear you. He was in shock. He's in shock. Say it again.
Look, and I just turn his head with my hands.
I think as the three of you are getting very carried away, the Prim speaks up telepathically. You hear this voice ringing in your...
Tyler, history check.
Go ahead.
Is it the one?
It is.
Oh, I don't even have to check. It is. It's the one from my childhood.
That's cool.
The Prim speaks up. I give my apologies, but I do not think we should continue before bringing you into the palace.
Oh.
And Aetheros responds, yes, Bix is correct.
Bix?
Bix, B-Y-X.
And what was the first one's name?
Silvis, S-I-L-V-Y-S. Or I-S, sorry. And then Bix responds, he says, I do not mean to tergiversate, but there is something I need you all to see. Thank you.
Am I wrong?
I did not
like
sneeze.
A Sphinx vibe from him, like he's like a bit more knowing than he's letting on, type of like a vibe.
This is the most mystical ass shit you've seen.
Yeah, no, it's more.
Not
it's
really.
even more,
You've seen some mystical ass shit.
But I'm saying, like, it's like almost
this is getting close to seeing a giant eternal lobster.
This is what I was about to say. So it's like, in your mind, something like this happening to you as a kid, you're like, that's amazing. But like as an adult, it's like so fucking crazy. It's like, that's amazing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And they kind of they get across to the three of you that they understand you're reacting really huge to this, but before anything can continue, they need to take you into the palace.
Whatever you say, stepdad.
Yeah.
And
thank you, Prim Dad.
Carveth, did you have one as well?
No, I don't think he does. I think he's just looking at...
No, fair.
I think he's just looking at Aetheros and just like...
Yeah, fair. So Silvis, Bix, and Aetheros lead you into the Crystal Palace that was once the Tide's Lair. And you enter into a grand entryway with vaulted ceilings 40 feet high. That light blue shining crystal lines the walls all around you and even parts of the floor. And Silvis says, as far as we can tell, this place was once inhabited by a mountain-dwelling people. We're unsure if the Tide themselves dispatched this group or if they found it already abandoned. And this makes sense because the stonework is beautiful and intricate, which wouldn't really make sense that the Tide just created all this in the last, 10 years. But they lead you up a staircase into a similarly ornate throne room. Just atop the altar, you see... atop the altar, just beyond the cracked throne, is a closed door, at which the trio stop and turn to you. And Silvis says, I must warn you that what you're going to see in there will be troubling, but it's not all that it seems, I promise. Bix says, approach the shatter and place a hand inside. And Aetheros says, many of your questions, I'm sure, will be answered. And they step aside and await your return.
In for a copper, you know what I mean?
We got a 1-2-3 it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna 1-2-3 it.
Alandi holds Carveth's hand because I'm pretty sure he's still kind of out of it. So
this was Kyle talking above game. That was above game. Because I know emotionally, like this has been a lot for all of us. Like, hey, so it looks like we're about to have a bit of a spirit journey. I know I'm a little more experienced in the way of like that kind of stuff. But hey, on the plus side, we got a bit of the emotional baggage kind of out the way first, right? Or maybe in the way now.
I feel like it was kind of a lateral move emotionally. We kind of didn't we didn't think about our dads, which is kind of messed up in itself, but I'm not going to analyze that.
Isn't that the way?
Listen, it's just our moms are pretty cool. Didn't think about dads. We kind of like...
No, I mean in the sense of with us, we're like, we think we got it done, and then the most obvious thing is obviously staring at us like, oh shit, of course we should have asked that fucking question.
Yeah.
Like, damn. Yeah, I'm really... what?
So you going in?
So anyway, let's
think,
1, 2, 3 this nonsense, right?
Yeah, I think we got to. I think we've come this far. We can ask our questions later, and I'm sure a lot of them will probably be answered when we do this weird crystal drug together. Anyway, brothers on 3, and he puts his hand out.
Yeah.
Carveth, I understand. We're here for you, though.
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm here.
All right, start it out, brothers. Come on.
All right.
1, 2, 3,
brothers. And they touch, and we all in unison touch the
fingertips,
the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. No. I'm waiting on you to open the door.
Oh.
We all open the door together. We all grab the handle and turn the knob open.
I see. No, Bix was saying some shit that you didn't understand yet.
Yeah, no, I'm very,
he said, hold your hand. He said, approach the shatter and place a hand inside.
Yeah.
I thought there was some kind of item called the shatter we were about to touch. We're just touching the door.
I think Carveth is going to be the first one to
you
step
touched
up.
the door and they're like, no. Inside go in the room.
Oh.
And then you'll...
We awkwardly open the door and then do the same thing inside, to the actual thing.
Yeah.
So you crack open this door and enter into a laboratory of sorts. Broken flasks and jars litter the shelves around you. Various tomes lie open and torn, scattered across the floor. And that crystal remains coating the room around you as well. Even the floor you're walking on. At the center of the room is an eruption of hundreds of spikes of that blue crystal shooting out from a central point atop a pedestal. These spikes shoot out in every direction, forming a pillar from floor to ceiling. And just shy of that pillar, and once you see it, it's the only thing you can look at, you see the figure of a woman ripped out of time, out of this zone entirely. You see a sort of glitched remnant floating in the air in front of you, as if the laws that govern this zone are attempting to make up for something that isn't there. You see floating in the space in front of you in multicolored triplicate, Faye, your mother.
Uh-huh.
Or rather, some kind of remnant, like a interzonal footprint left behind. You're not really sure what it is you're looking at exactly. It's clear that there's no physical form in front of you, almost something metaphysical somehow.
I'm gonna 1, 2, 3 it with the voice again.
Yeah, Bond is just kind of stuck because you said it was Faye, right?
Yeah, for sure.
He just kind of silently nods and takes your hand with one and looks at Carveth.
Yeah. He'll turn around.
As you all place your hands into this space memory of your mother, the room around you appears to reverse time. Books lift up and fly back onto shelves. Flasks and jars reassemble themselves, filling up with liquids. And that crystalline pillar roils as spikes of a now liquid crystal fly across the room, returning to this point as it condenses dramatically into a singularity, the congruence. You've yet to see it in person, but here it is, just as you pictured it. And just as you pictured her, only a little older, more wrinkled and a little gray, she turns and speaks to you. Now I'm going to read a whole lot.
Oh.
And we're going to listen a whole lot. Let's do it.
My boys, oh, how I've longed to see your faces, to hug your necks. I'm so sorry that I can't be there with you in flesh. I have much to tell you and little time to stay, and a great enemy grows stronger by the moment, knocking at your door. So here goes. And the room around you falls away and you're standing in a black void with Faye. You probably feel as though you've been living half a story. This isn't too far from the truth, so let me now tell you what you've missed. And a strong gust of sand fills the room around you as you are thrust into a sandstorm. A long time ago, 3 young women, sisters, fled their home, a city cloaked in an eternal sandstorm. You see, their home had been overtaken by a shadowy figure named Dent, wielding the most powerful artifact known to Yonder, at least as far as they knew. You see, in the coming years, these women would scour Yonder searching for artifacts that could rival the power contained within the sandstorm. At the time, they didn't know that Dent was defeated during their escape, but if they had, they would have also known that death was not something that he was terribly concerned with. No, they needed to find more of these artifacts, if they existed at all, before Dent could return and find them first. It took 3 whole years of tireless searching before they found it. Another artifact nearly identical to the congruence they had found deep beneath the ground just shy of the northern mountains. That's what they're called. They decided that this power in the wrong hands would be far too great a threat. They would split the artifact in 3 and go their separate ways, each with a piece now in tow. Celeste gifted hers to a trustworthy and awesomely powerful adventuring party that she spent a decade traveling with. Kira dropped hers to the depths of Lake Campbell, and Xena gifted hers to Sylphus in the Sandswept to watch after. Celeste accompanied this adventuring party on a number of interzonal adventures before deciding they were right to take this piece of the congruence.
I almost tried to rewind a part of this. I'm in the Matrix. I'm so sorry.
On one of these adventures, she had a passing fling with a djinn that resulted in a baby boy, Ban. She decided that it was best to keep this information from the djinn and entrusted the Sandswept to watch after the boy while she was out on her various quests. And while on one of these, she was found by the djinn, who had learned that she birthed him a son and kept this hidden. She was separated from the party and was lost in this zone, yet to be heard from again. Kira, after hiding her piece, retreated to the underworld, where she found a tribe of dark elves. She fell in love with a soldier named Nocturne and birthed a child, a son named Alandi. The romance was, however, forbidden, and when news of the baby reached the tribe elders, they were no longer safe. Alandi's protection was also entrusted with the Sandswept, and Xena and her lover were shortly captured and put to death, together. Which, fun fact, that's backstory Jeremy came up with at the beginning of the show.
Oh, shit.
It is. And it's real sad, and I don't like it.
Yeah. now you're connected to these people.
That's crazy. I also wrote down Celeste, my mommy.
My
Xena,
mommy.
Whenever you heard
mama.
the names, Kyle immediately guessed them all correctly.
Yep.
Xena entrusted her friends and found family with her piece. She grew incredibly close to this group of adventurers, and after a short fling, became pregnant and birthed a baby boy named Carveth. The boy's father, a lesser demon named Aetheros, lived a dangerous life of heroism and adventure, and was never expected to remain in this zone and be part of the family, though he was welcome to return whenever the time should be right. After a few years, it came to be that the Sandswept would come into guardianship of all 3 of the mother's sons. Much discussion was had, and a plan arose. The boy's safety was the number one concern, and should Dent return, they needed to be hard to find. The figure in front of you begins to tear up in the room, and around you continues shifting visuals, forming your hometown of Mordell. And she continues. Xena would go into hiding alongside her closest companion, a human named Philip, and keep close watch over the boys. They would take on the pseudonyms Faye and Dren and ingrain themselves into a small community where they would become loved and trusted by those people. The Sandswept, should they ever be needed, will be around to help. 15 years ago, it happened. A group of powerful casters, now referring to themselves as the Tide, surfaced searching for powerful artifacts, and 3 women. These casters were accompanied by a handful of robot bounty hunters, seemingly stolen from Duradera. The Sandswept did much research before reaching out to us. It seemed that the Tide, led by Dent himself, were seeking out another congruence in order to continue his power accumulation, and also me and my sisters to get revenge. Luckily, it didn't seem they knew about the children. In fact, Bon and Carveth's markings of the lasting didn't even show. We always assumed that this was because their fathers were interzonal beings, but we couldn't be sure. So Dren and I made a difficult decision. Our presence with the boys in Mordell put them in far too much danger. I entrusted the town's elder, Grumbo, with watching over the boys, but with his consent, we wiped his memory of where we were going and what was going on for everyone's protection. This proved to be the right decision, as Mordell was later attacked by a lone assailant who turned and left when they discovered that Dren and I had left, which you can hear in episode 13, Falling Away, which is the first scripted episode I did. For years, we played a game of cat and mouse with the tide. We sought out other congruences with no luck. They managed to grow incredibly powerful even without a congruence. A terrifying fact, once we learned that they were planning to return to Duradera and steal theirs. We tried to cut them off, but we were too late. We arrived in Duradera to find them in a strong defensive position. Dent had already infiltrated the city and stolen the congruence. When we arrived, we were immediately assailed. After a fight in the desert, Dren was killed and his body captured by the city guard. The Tide now had a congruence. Not only were they even more powerful, but unpredictable. We had to adjust our strategy to more of a sneaky one. It's at this point that I began to lay out some clues with the hopes that the three of you would be ready and willing to join the fight. I left my map beneath the library and 3 pendants of protection in the throne mountain behind Keeper's door. We, the Sandswept, had a number of duos watching over you at different times. It was actually Bees and Celinda who intercepted the Acolyte of the Tide with the map. Bees was badly injured, and Celinda quarreled with the den of tiny thieves to which she belonged. Bees did as they do, and provided you with as much help as they could before sending you off. Our best opportunity came when the Tide discovered you. I don't know how they did it, but they had contacted you in some way. We attempted to keep them preoccupied as long as we could so you could get away. That is, until you made way for the Baron yonder. Den appeared to fear the 3 of you making it back home to Duradera. The less you knew about him and the congruence, the better. They chased you into the sandstorm, so I seized the opportunity. You see, our investigation learned that Dent was continuing his cloning work. The Sandswept infiltrated this very lair to gain as much information as possible. We learned that the Tide is Dent. Dent had created 3 clones as backups, but didn't know when he died where his soul would go. The cloning magic was still young and split his soul in 3, and they spent decades regaining their strength and magical abilities. This is why they disappeared for so long. Once they regained their strength, they resurfaced as a trio, the Tide. They worked more on their cloning magics while searching for another strong power source. After some time, they decided that they weren't going to find anything like the congruence, so they decided just to take it. And once they got it, they essentially used it here as an arcane focus. With it, they created an army of clones and hid them away somewhere in the underworld. We never did find them, but we did learn that they need the congruence. You see, they use the congruence like a magnifying glass, spreading their souls all across their army. But without it, there's no telling what would happen. No, stealing the congruence wouldn't be enough. In fact, it had been melded into the very foundation of this place. We tried our hardest with what little time we had to move it, but were unable. We needed to wipe it from existence entirely. So I made another tough decision. Years ago, I had been made an offer by a powerful being from another zone, one that I had refused at the time. All they had to do was wait until I needed something. And I did. I called out for help, and they answered. I would go with them willingly, and they would use their incredible power to remove the congruence from existence. I approached this orb and signaled to them that I was ready, and a smoke filled the room, and lightning filled the clouds of smoke. My essence was struck from this zone, and as was the congruence. With it, the shattering of the congruence rang out all across yonder. I'm sure even you heard it. And a blue glass crystal crawled across every inch of this lair, decimating it completely. And the room begins to return to normal around you, but Faye, or Xena, remains in front of you. My boys, Ban Alandi, Carveth, and a tear rolls down her face. I can't tell you how sorry I am for leaving, for not telling you why, and I don't deserve forgiveness. I only hope that you can come to understand. And now I have one thing to ask of you. Finish what we started. The Sandswept will stand at your side, at your command. Defeat Dent. I love you all. more than you know. And then her visage fades, leaving behind that glitch in the air in front of you.
Goodbye, Mom.
Bye.
I think Carveth just falls to his knees.